guys, so for today's video I do have a small haul to show you guys, but before I get into that I do just want to address this situation. It was probably like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. I was playing a game with my family, and then me and my sister, like, our hands ran into each other, and like this hand went straight into her palm, and it hit at just the right angle and just the right force to rip off my entire nail here. And actually it's grown out quite a bit since this had happened. It ripped off like half the nail. So it has grown out quite a lot, but that was really painful, and I can't put anything on it right now. One, because it is still like healing up here, kind of where my actual natural, like my natural nail ripped off as well. So that's not good, obviously. But also you can kind of see that's a little bit of the polish left behind. I have not touched this at all because it's not painful anymore, but it had been painful for quite a while just touching it, and it felt like a really bad bruise. But you can see like all this white right here. That is my natural nail, not attached to my nail bed. Like the nail plate isn't attached to my nail bed, so putting anything on top of this is just going to make this worse and make it, you know, detach from my nail bed even more. So this finger is out of commission for a bit until this all grows out, and like as it grows out I'll clip it off and everything. But yeah, so that's what's going on there with this nail. But anyhow, like I said, I do have a small little haul. Most of it is from Temu. There are a few items here that are from a couple other places, but I will get into that when I get to those. So to start off here, also I want to mention, I don't know how the sound is or how the sound's going to be until I get this, you know, onto my computer and listen to it and everything, but I have no idea what I did with the little attachment piece that goes into the phone in order for me to use my microphone. So I am just not using a microphone, and that I have to talk even louder. Like I practically have to yell in order for my phone to pick up my voice. So we'll see how this goes. Anyhow, I got some more sanding bands. These are 180 grit sanding bands. That's what I always use, so I was running out of what I already had. This pack that I got here, it said it was supposed to come with one of the mandrel bits, but it did not come with a mandrel bit. It just is sanding bands here. So it's a good thing I have quite a few mandrel bits already. Otherwise, if you know, I was in need of a mandrel bit, that would be really annoying. And then after that, a few different charms here. I really want to do a steampunk look, so I got some like gears and like little clock arms in there as well. I don't know what all is in there really. but yeah, I want to do a steampunk set at some point. So I got some of these. And then I've been wanting some of these little spiky things. I did buy some one time off of Amazon, I think. And in the picture it showed that they were in a little container like this, but then they ended up being in like a bag like this. So they were all the different sizes and the different colors were mixed together. And that one came with 3 colors. It came with the silver, the black, and gold. So all the sizes and all the colors were just all mixed together, and I didn't like that. I used them once, I think. I actually don't even know if I used them. I know I got rid of them because I hated how they were just all mixed together. I wanted them in a box like this. And now I finally got some more in a separate box. I do wish, though, there was more in here. Like, this is not really a lot of these. And they definitely could have filled this up some more. But whatever. Then I got these charms. They're you know, kind of more like edgy gothic type of charms, but they're really cool because they're long. And as y'all know, I do long nails. And so, you know, most charms are sized for like medium to long. I guess I should say I do like extra long nails. And most charms are better for, you know, short to long nails, medium long nails. But these ones are long, like they're long. And they're really cool. Like I said, they're kind of like gothic-y. I guess you could maybe even say Halloween-ish. Because there's like spiders and skulls and stuff like that. But I thought they were really cool because they were long. And I can just, you know, instead of putting a charm on and having a whole bunch of extra empty space, I can set it on here and it will take up a good portion of the nail. And I love that. They are also kind of curved, so they do sit flat. I don't know if you can tell that it's sitting flat. I can't really turn my hand very much or else it'll go sliding off, but it is sitting pretty flat against the nail here because they are curved. So I'm really excited to be able to use those. And the next thing here are some silicone molds. I do have a few that I've previously got, and so the silicone molds are really fun, and they make it really easy to like make charms and stuff like that. And you can get all kinds of different molds instead of like buying the charms, and then you can have like your own custom charm or whatever. But I got some eyeball ones, which are really cool. These ones have like a normal pupil, and then these ones over here have like the elongated pupil, like from a snake or a cat or something. And then there's 3 different sizes for both of them, which is really cool. So I can make some eyeballs. Then I also have this one here that is like angel statues of different sizes. Oh, that one doesn't have it. I just realized this one does not have a head on it. The rest do. But anyhow, yeah, some little angel statues like what you would see in a graveyard or something. And then again, there's a couple more angel statues here on this one. This tiny long one right here kind of looks like a headstone or like a tombstone or something. That's some sort of frame. Those might be books. And then these down here might be books too. And then there's like these statues where it's like, you know, the lady with the like veil over her face or whatever. And then I got this one that I love these silicone molds because they make things easier when it comes to like having 3D elements and stuff. Like you don't have to sculpt your own stuff, but they're annoying because everything just sticks to it. So you get like fuzz and lint and cat hair and stuff just stuck all to them. But anyhow, this one is like dolls, so like doll heads and then like a whole doll and little body parts and whatever. I mainly just wanted the heads. I didn't really care about like all the body parts and everything, but I couldn't find one that was just the head, so I have it all now. And you can kind of see like there's kind of a theme here, you know, and the things that I buy, it's like tends to be the more edgy, kind of creepy, weird stuff. So there's that. But these are really fun and I'm excited to use them. And then the next thing here are some different dual forms that I got. So I got these snake pattern dual forms here. So when you put your polygel in there, dual forms are typically used with polygel, but you can use them with acrylic and hard gel and all that, but usually they're used with polygel. But you put your product in there and then it'll like fill in the gaps and ridges in between, and then when you pop this off, the surface will be a snake skin pattern, which I think is really cool. I do kind of question how this is going to work, like when you put it on and then you top coat the nail. Like, is that going to fill in all of those ridges and then you're just going to have a plain nail? Or like, are you always going to have to use a colored, you know, gel or acrylic or something inside of here so you can see it? Although even if you do use that colored one, when you top coat, it'll fill in the ridges. I don't know. I'll have to test this out and see. But I thought they were really cool. I actually have seen someone else use these before, and I can't. It might have been Emily Susanna, or maybe it was Evie, or both of them. I don't know. I did see someone use these before, and I can't remember who or how they ended up turning out. But I do remember seeing someone use these before, and I have been wanting them for a while. I just had never got them, and now I did. And then the trendy, you know, claw nail. Finally got some of these. I have gone back and forth on if I like the claw nail or if I don't like the claw nail. Sometimes I feel like I do, sometimes I feel like I don't. But I don't know, I figure I'll get these and I'll test them out, but this is what it looks like. It really just kind of looks like a stiletto nail that has a really high kind of apex that extends farther than your typical apex wood, and then it also, like, you know, comes up. It's not just flat across. But I'm excited to test these out and see how those look. Because I have been wanting to switch it up. I, you know, always do square nails. I've always done square nails. I've tried to do coffin several times and it just never looks good. But here lately I've been wanting to try and switch things up a little bit. So I don't know, I thought maybe because these are kind of weird, a weird shape, I might like them. I don't know. I've also never really done like a stiletto, so we'll see. And then I have these ones, which on the listing, I think it said so, it was like mechanical dragon claw or something. I don't know, I just thought they looked really cool, and like the picture on the listing of how these look just looked really cool, and I wanted to try them out. So it's kind of like a triangle, you can see, and then like right here is flat, and then there's like this ridge here, and then it goes up to this point. They are kind of claw-like, and they're super pointy and sharp, which kind of scares me a little bit because I'm like, me and sharp pointy things. But I was about to say, oh, that's longer than what I typically do, but this is a size 0 and it's the wrong size, so. But I think these are going to be fun too, to try out, you know, something different. And then I have this, okay, can't even hardly see, but this is a big container that has smaller containers in it. A bunch of these. I think this one, I think I got the one that comes with 48 of these. I can't remember, but I will try to link everything if it's all still available. But I've seen people get these little containers to put their chrome powders in, and I do have quite a bit of chrome powders, and then you can like paint on it, top of it, and like swatch your chromes. So I think that would be, I thought that was really cool and would make things a lot easier, so I don't just have a whole bunch of loose chrome powders in my drawer. They can all kind of be a little more organized, and then I can put like a little sponge applicator in there, so then they each have their own little applicator, and then I'm not having to throw away the applicators all the time because I don't know which chrome they went with. So I'm really excited for these and to like have my chromes all organized instead of just kind of thrown all over. But it is this kind of big box here with all those little boxes in there. And then I went to the Dollar Tree the other day, and I always end up looking in like the lane where they have the nail stuff just to see, because sometimes they do have some pretty decent stuff. They've started like carrying charms and stuff. I have gotten charms from there before. You know, they have regular nail polish, that have nail tips and stuff like that. But I saw they had this liquid nail powder, which is this one has a chrome effect, it says. So I guess, you know, like a liquid chrome. I have tried a liquid chrome before. It didn't go well, but I don't know. I figured I would try this out and see, you know, how this is. Brush on liquid to powder formula, different chromatic effects depending on the base. Easy to apply and seals in seconds. This says achieve a vibrant mirror-like shine. I think it's supposed to say that's long lasting. But I'm looking at this, it's pink and there's like some shiny bits in here, so I'm wondering, like, is it going to be kind of like a pink chrome or what? I don't know. This was the only one they had. I don't know if they have other ones in like different colors or what, but this is the only one that they had at my Dollar Tree. And then there's instructions back here. Probably, I'll go over that later because I do want to make a separate video testing this out and seeing how it works, but I thought this was cool and we're gonna see how it works. If it works, if I can get it to work. I mean, it might work and I'm just, you know, not good at using liquid chromes, who knows. And then the last two things here are from Ballpit. These are two of her new polishes that she came out with. She has this whole, I forgot what it's called, but it's like a candy themed collection and they're all jelly colors. But I just got these two because they were like the bonus limited edition. I don't even know if they're limited edition because they don't say it on the website, but like on Instagram, some of the like brand ambassadors were saying they are limited edition. Some were just saying they were the bonus shades. I don't know. But I know Ballpit does tend to do like limited edition shades, and because these are separate from the full collection, I'm like, okay, I am at the very least going to get these because they are limited edition. And yeah, so I got Jawbreaker and Cellophane. Jawbreaker is pink with some like little glitter confetti pieces in it, and then Cellophane is clear with some like iridescent glitter pieces in here. And I can swatch these real quick. If you've been watching my videos for a while now, you do know I use a lot of Ballpit polishes. That is like mainly what I use now. Mainly because that's what I have the most of. But I do really love the Ballpit polishes. And like everything I've tried from the Ballpit brand, I have really enjoyed. There's still a lot from there that I need to get. Like I do want everything. But anyhow, here is one coat of this. This is kind of just like a topper kind of polish where you know, you can obviously leave the nail clear and put this on and have this, or you can put it over any color base and then you just have a bunch of iridescent glitters on here. Some of them are chunkier, some of them are smaller. The smaller pieces actually look more hollow, and then the chunkier ones, like the hexagons, there are iridescent, but it's really pretty. I really like that one. I love any type of like glittery polish like this, where it's like the clear and then it has the iridescent kind of glitters in it. They're just fun to add, like that extra little sparkle to a set. And then Jawbreaker here. kind of like a milky pink. And it has like all those little flecks. And then when you have like chunkier pieces like this, you can just kind of move them around a little bit, however you need them to go. Like they do go on, however, and then if you want to spread them out some more. This is one coat of that. And then here these both are after curing them. Super pretty. Super fun. I'm not going to do a second coat on this one. Just because it's not really, I mean, there's going to be more glitter on it, but it's really not needed. Also, these glitters sit pretty flat. There are a couple that are a little bit raised up here, but they are pretty flat. Also, you shouldn't be touching the polish after it's cured because that sticky layer, the inhibition layer, these don't really have too much of a sticky layer, but the sticky layer, the inhibition layer, is uncured gel, so don't be touching that. I do it for you guys so you know if something has a sticky layer or not, even though typically we top coat everything, but you know. Yeah, this one doesn't really have the sticky layer either. These formulas, I am going to put a second coat on this one though. The candy whatever collection, I forget what it's called, I know it's candy something, but this candy collection that is a bunch of jelly polishes, and then these two here are HEMA and TPO free, since you know that's what we're doing now. But even though it doesn't have all that in it, you still do need to be careful with it and use it properly and not get it all over your skin, because there are still other ingredients in them that can cause allergies and whatnot. So just because something says it's free of a bunch of stuff doesn't mean it is safe to just use however you feel. But that's a second coat, gonna cure that. Okay, so I also went ahead and top coated them after getting that second coat on Jawbreaker, and this is what they look like. These are super pretty, super fun. I really like this Jawbreaker color. I'm not really, you know, a fan of pink, but I love the little like confetti pieces that are in it. It is so fun, and I'm not in frame or in focus, but it's so fun and different from like other kind of glitter polishes. You know, most are like this, or you have like the fine glitter ones or whatever, but this is like, it's almost like foil pieces in here. It looks like there's like pink and blue, white or silver, but it's so fun and I really love how that looks. It'd be really cool if she came out with like more colors like this. And then for this one, Cellophane, if you are just leaving it on a clear, I would top coat the underneath just so like it's extra clear. But I'm not top coating a swatch underneath a swatch stick. But if I were to like put this on my nails, I would top coat underneath the nails. But this is what they look like. They're super pretty, super fun. But that is it for this haul. Like I said, it was a pretty small haul. I didn't really have a whole lot here. I will try to link, I will definitely have these two Ballpit colors here linked down below. If you do ever purchase anything from Ballpit, go to the Ballpit Instagram page and look under the like brand ambassador highlight that's on there and get a code from there, because then you can save like 10% off of your purchase or whatever. So save a little bit of money there. But I will have these linked down below for anyone who's interested in these. And then for everything from Temu, hopefully that is all still available and I can link it down below, because you know, a lot of times on like Temu and AliExpress and sites like that, stuff doesn't stick around for long. Like, you buy it and then the next time you look, it's sold out and that's it, or you can't, that listing doesn't even exist anymore. So I will try to, hopefully everything is still available and can be linked. I'll link everything that I can from Temu. And then this, it just came from Dollar Tree. I mean, I'm pretty sure Dollar Tree has a website, but I don't know that you can, like, you know, order stuff or whatever. I don't know, maybe you can. But yeah, this is just at Dollar Tree, so check your Dollar Trees for nail art supplies. You never know, you might find some good stuff. So like I said, sometimes they do have some really good stuff. But that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.